All right, welcome back. This is part 2. We made it. Part 1 is done. We built this. This was in, it looked good. Looked like everything came together well. The frame mount worked out perfect. The tire made it up. It's up there right now. There it is. So now we're on to part 2. Part 2 consists of kind of building the box around this entire piece. This is gonna go like this. And there's gonna be another whole piece that comes out this way. Be a top, batteries sit here, and they sit here. And once the box is built out, we will start installing. I got 30 feet of gauge 2 copper cable. This will run from the main battery off the alternator back to the rear of the truck, up to these batteries. Well, actually this will actually hook up to this, one of the red one with positive terminal will. Battery Doctor 150 amp battery isolator. That way we don't draw down the starter battery. So when we're out camping, we'll only be drawing down the 2 100 amp hour AGM batteries, and the starter battery should be always good. We always do keep a lithium ion little, like one of those little jumper packs, just God forbid. Yeah, we got the first piece cut. This is what my very skilled drawing looks like. Yeah, let me show. If you can tell, this is clearly all the important measurements to build the box. And we're gonna go from there. All right, so we are out here working. We got the pieces of wood cut, the 2 sides of the box. So let me show you guys that. This is it mounted in. This is the box, one side of the box, the back side. The batteries will be tightened down, really tightened down anyway, so this is more for like a top support piece more than anything. And same with the other side. Then we have this piece over here, which will go right like a glove. So that's where the battery box is going to be. I purposely left a gap here to like run cables above, like through it, down below. I also found this look, check this out. This is like just such a sweet find. So I was cutting the carpet and I saw this little rubber piece. The rubber piece out, and look at that. There's a hole that goes right through to the ground. So I could take the wires from the battery, the 2 gauge cable, run it all the way down. Instead of having to like deal with this, just pop it right, come up right through the frame, boom, right through here, right up here, right to the batteries. So that's pretty cool. But the problem I ran into is I cut this piece and it looks like it fits just about perfect. My only issue is that the box, the cooking box, is 48 inches. And you can see here, right there, you can tell where the box used to sit. It's kind of like indented this wood. So I'm about 1/2 inch over, which I didn't think was going to happen, but it did. So I got to trim down some of those pieces and just kind of close this hole up a little bit. It doesn't really need that big anyway, so take off probably 1/2 inch just to be safe. And yeah. So this is the new tool I got, the Dremel Multimax. It's I've only used it once and it worked well. I used it to, sorry, I'm climbing the truck here. I used it to cut this piece right here, and actually it worked pretty quickly. Pretty decently clean cut, so. Wow, that cuts through wood way better than I thought it was going to. Cool. It's be a fun little tool to experiment on, kind of be able to like get into angles and spots where usually probably couldn't get any other bigger tool. We got the whole crew helping out. You ready? Okay. You gonna
ready?
1, 2, 3, pull. Hey, you got it?
You want to find your piece?
Did you just cut that? Good work. Clean it off. Then we need to sand it now, right? Should we sand it? Okay, let's sand it.
Sand.
There you go. Do the other corner. Yeah, like that. The edges. Oh yeah, that's good work. Okay, ready? We'll feel it. Does it feel nice and smooth now?
Down. Just cut another one.
Cut another one? Okay. Okay, a little one went to bed, so time to get some more done out in the truck late at night. We got the top cut for this. Fits nicely. Well, it's right here. So that is how that goes, just like that. Our battery box is secure again. Had to take it out so I got these pieces off last night. Those are gone. Just had to drill them out, but kind of like riveted in there. So the next step is, well, I got this part in, so this is going to hold the batteries down, and then I'm going to mount the box to those 2 bolts. Batteries are secured. Check this out. It turned out about perfect. So bolted to the frame here, bolted to the frame here. Got this piece, the L bracket, so there's no side motion. Got the top piece holding them down, and there's no, I mean, like, I'm literally rocking the entire truck right now, and these are not moving at all. I don't want to keep this one too tight. I don't want to put too much pressure on the battery, so I'm going to loosen it up just a touch. But even with that, I mean, these things are not moving at all. So perfect. This is the far out view. Then we got the side panel. It comes up this way, and the top piece. I'm going to go ahead and put the battery isolator on there and go on from there. Pretty excited about how this turned out. Check this out. It was beautiful. I haven't doweled this in yet, so this will be a shelf that this top lid will be able to just come straight off and straight on. But it fits perfectly. Cut the carpet perfectly. Fits in there, so there are the batteries. So we have enough room to kind of like give them some air. Everything's going to be in here as far as like wire components, and this is where all the switches will go, right? So I have a whole switch component, maybe like up here. So all your auxiliary lights, USB chargers, voltmeters, everything's going to be right there. But perfect. And then the other box will fit like perfectly fit. It's gonna be very tight, but it's gonna be awesome because it's about the same height too. So we'll have a shelf here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what the final product looks like. How beautiful. So I have yet to do the dowel piece for the lid, and this is still loose, so I can wire everything up still, but this is it. So you have all your light switches right here. It's perfect. This will control everything from water pumps, LED lights. It's a diesel heater, which should go there. Really stoked about how this turned out, and it all mounts down to the frame too, so the batteries aren't going to move, and it's perfect. I'm going to put some carpet up here, and this is where the hot water heater should go too. Okay, we are about to put the dowel, drill the holes for the dowels. So you kind of see I've marked, maybe, there we go. So I've marked each spot where a dowel is going to go. A few in the back, all along the front, and one up here. So I've just marked a few spots to make sure the top piece doesn't move as I drill all the dowel holes. And I'm starting off with a very small drill bit. I'm going to drill through completely as far as I can. I have about an inch here. And then I'll take this off, drill through this side with the larger drill bit, 5/32ths, I believe. And then same with this way. Then the dowel is actually 1/4 inch dowel size, so it will fit snugly and tight. And but this will all be carpeted, so you won't see any top holes, and that's how it's going to work. Through for the dowels, and the trick here is not to go all the way through. because you don't have the dowel popping out the other side. So what I'm gonna do is actually try to mark my drill bit. That way when I'm drilling down, I can kind of tell when to stop. I don't know if it's gonna stay on here, but that's kind of my thought. We don't really want to go down too far, right? We don't want to go down about there, so we're not talking much. Just enough for the dowel to sit into. And not go all the way through, so yeah, pretty small amount we're drilling out here. So then you just, all right, so I did exactly what I said not to do. Drill too far. It's okay because the dowel is still sitting there, but it would be covered by carpet. Not a really huge deal, but kind of like that. That's better. All right, we're back doing some more work on the truck. It's a cold night today, so cold afternoon. So I got my hat on, my jacket on. These leather gloves, which I originally hated, but they're like awesome to work in now. We're out here. Tonight's project is get all these dowels in, sand them all down, make sure it fits. You don't want to sand them too much, you want to sand them just so they're smooth, kind of peg-like. All right, so here's the dowel. It's a 1/4 inch dowel, and there's 17 that we're gonna need. You count all the holes here. 17 holes, 48 inch long dowel piece. So I'm gonna start off with like a 2-inch dowel. My thought is that I didn't get like an exact measurement as I was drilling each hole. So some are gonna be bigger, some are gonna be smaller. So we'll cut each one to like 2 inches. And then if some are smaller, we'll just trim them while we're doing the work. Pegs in, however, I haven't hammered them in yet because I don't want them on this top piece. Actually, I'm going to hammer them into here because then I could kind of take the top piece and move it around as necessary. Or if I put them in the top, it would be harder for me to fit it on. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. See how it goes. Okay, we got all the dowels in. As you can see, they're all sitting right here. I actually had to re-drill all the holes. They were all just a little bit too shallow. Instead of recutting the dowels, just easier to drill the holes out a little bit more in vacuum. So yeah, about to put the top on, and we're gonna see how this goes. Fingers crossed it works, or it fits. We shall see here. I mean, they should. I'm assuming it's gonna need, yeah, look at that. Looks like it's fit. Looks like it's working, guys. We're gonna give it a little tap here. A little tap tap. Wow. Wow. Look at that. That is not going nowhere. No rattle, which is another thing I really wanted to cut down on. Because I thought, you know, if we had a hinge instead of the dowel system, you're going to end up with a lot of rattling, right? If this box is moving around, if it ever so slightly hits this, you know, just a piece of plywood, just something like that while you're driving, could drive you crazy. So, yeah, hopefully, I mean, this doesn't move at all. Worked out really nicely. And that completes the battery box. Well, the external part of it. The internal part and all the wiring still needs to happen tomorrow when the sun is out. It's a little warmer. I can get under the truck. That's it for part 1, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Battery box is done. It's looking good. Part 3 will be the wiring and maybe the hot water heater or the diesel heater. One of the projects coming next. One of them is going to sit on top of this, but part 3 to come. Thanks everyone for watching. Please like, please subscribe. It helps us out a lot. And see you next time.